Right, you guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Mike's, okay? Make sure, if you don't subscribe to Mike, you're gonna have a fat forehead and a big hairline.
Boom, I'm with the guy Max inside. Subscribe to him, make sure you do so. Best content coming out. You know how it is.
Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're smashing the likes and subscribing if you are new. And yeah, we're back again with another video, people. Back again with another boring transfer video, but also nothing to do with West Ham buying any players. Of course, because this is West Ham United we're talking about here. And people think I'm over-exaggerating when I talk about how bad this club is and all of that, bruv. We're going down. But enough of that. Tottenham Hotspur, Europa League winners. Tottenham Hotspur have inquired about Mohamed Kudus for 50 million, apparently, according to ex-West Ham employee. Shout out to West Ham Views and News. Daniel Levy is said to have made an inquiry into the evaluation of Mohamed Kudus. West Ham are reluctant to sell to Tottenham, and the inquiries they made are thought to be around 50 million, which is not what the Hammers would deem acceptable. Yeah, so obviously West Ham would like around 85 million. They want cash up front, but I'm pretty sure they would accept an offer just lower than that, because we've seen this before, and West Ham would accept an offer just lower than 85 million. You've got to look at it with the whole Declan Rice situation. We were talking about 120, 150 million, just so we can drive the price up and at least get 100 million for him anyway. And we got 100 million for him. We got 105, 5 million bonuses and all that. With 1 year left on his contract. So we know how to finesse teams. If there's one thing David Sullivan is good at, is actually getting money. He's not good at doing anything else with the money. And Daniel Levy, of course, we know what Daniel Levy is like. We know what David Sullivan is like. I've said this before, yeah. I want to be a fly on the wall when David Sullivan and Daniel Levy are doing negotiations. That would be hilarious, in my opinion. Imagine Daniel Levy and David Sullivan having a conversation about a transfer. You know how funny that would be. You know how funny that is. Because think about it, yeah. Think about it. Like, Daniel Levy is the cheapskate. David Sullivan's a cheapskate. They both want to buy on the cheap and sell on the high. They want to make as much profit as they can so they can act like they're going to reinvest it into their respective clubs and actually not do it. That's what they're both like. So them two negotiating a deal, that's quite funny. That is still quite funny. Obviously, the last time West Ham and Tottenham did a transfer, and did business together was Scott Parker in 10-11. We haven't really done much business since with Tottenham. And to be fair, that's the only time David Sullivan has done business with Daniel Levy. Obviously, Daniel Levy's done business before with West Ham, but just... Actually, it might have been... Was it Alan Sugar or Daniel Levy that did the whole character photo thing? It might have been Alan Sugar. Fucking apprentice prick. But this is the thing, yeah, like Tottenham, bruv. You just won the Europa League. You're in the Champions League. You've got money. Pay the money, bruv. Pay the money. And listen, if Mohamed Kudus goes to a Chelsea or Tottenham, yeah, after saying he wants to go back into European football, West Ham, yeah, for all the people that call Declan Rice a snake, boy, that's even worse. That's even worse. That is even worse. That is even worse than anything Declan Rice did. So I'm not even trying to hear none of that. However, here's the thing, yeah. The fact that this is the only sale that's being talked about is kind of stupid, because he's not the first person I would sell. As much as I'd say he's not the person that people think he is, or he's not the footballer that people think he is, because I was rooting for the guy for a very, very long time. And it just came to a point where I became maybe too patient with him. But at the same time, I was never going to criticize someone like that under Lopetegui. Never in a million years. But this is the thing. Now we're at a case where we want to sell the guy for just under his release clause, because the release clause only lasts for 10 days. So we're willing to negotiate just under that. And the release clause only lasts for the first 10 days of July, which is a very stupid release clause, by the way, because it only ran till the end of June last year, the first 10 days of July. So it's a very stupid way to have a release clause. I've not seen such a part-time release clause in my life. So Tottenham going in for him, they're never going to pay that much money for him. So I doubt he's going to go to Tottenham. The max they'll probably bid is 60. And if that, yeah, I get it. Like, obviously on Capital Conflict yesterday, I got what Jacob was saying, because he probably would be their best attacker right now, to be fair, to be honest with you. But that's not exactly saying much. Brendan Johnson, you know, I know he scored the Europa League winner, but you know what? Nobody was rating Brendan Johnson before that game. Let's be real. So The fact that he's the first sale is kind of upsetting, but it's the most valuable. I want Alvarez, gonna want more Prowse, gonna want Mavropanos and again. God, I've said this millions of times. There's Guido Rodriguez there. There's Andy Irving. There's plenty of players that need to go before Mohamed Kudus needs to go. I'm not even saying necessarily that he needs to go in terms of needs to go. It's more for the fact that he doesn't want to be here. I would give you another chance if you don't want to be here, because one good season, one bad season, cool. I can level that up. And then we could go into the third season or whatever. But if you don't want to be here, I can understand why you don't want to be here, because I don't want to be here. But at the same time, like, let's be real here. If you don't want to be here, there's no point you being here. What I do think is going to happen, these are the two scenarios that I think is going to happen. I think Mohamed Kudus either won't get sold because nobody pays the money, and we're kind of just stuck with him, a guy that doesn't want to be here. He'll probably just get on with it, and we probably won't reinvest into the squad, and we'll get a couple loans, and that's it. Or, and that means at max, I generally think there's a chance we don't sign anyone this window, in my opinion. But also, the only other really case I can see him going somewhere is maybe Chelsea. Chelsea seems to be the only club that actually wants to pay him money and not like dance around a situation. And maybe they'll give us a Dewsbury Hall or a Petrovic or some shit. That seems to be the most plausible thing that will happen right now. Other than that, I'm not too sure. I don't think he'll go Newcastle, because I think Newcastle will spend a bit more money. I just don't think they'll go ham with it, even though they should be spending money now. Like, I'm sure they've sorted out the PSR issues. Man United won't spend it. Man United won't spend that money. Arsenal definitely would. I think Arsenal were cheapskates as much as it is. The only time they really went over the limit was for Havertz and Rice, and I don't think they're going to do that again for someone who probably isn't going to start, even though I don't rate Erdegaard like that. So it's kind of a debate whether him or Erdegaard start, to be fair. He's probably not going to start. He's definitely not starting over Saka, let's be real. But then also there's who else is actually involved? I don't think Liverpool are involved. This summer's Liverpool probably would have paid the money if they didn't have other targets in mind, and they're not going to sign Kudus to play him off the left, and they're not interested anyway. So those are the teams that are interested, and there seems to be only Premier League teams. So I'm looking at the destinations he could possibly go to, and he doesn't want to go to Saudi either. So I would say Chelsea, and that's probably it. I wouldn't like him going Chelsea, of course, but at the same time, I'm not really too bothered in terms of the fact that the player that they're getting is not the player they think they're getting. I just don't like the fact that I don't like West Ham players going to Chelsea or Tottenham, to be completely honest with you. Do I like West Ham players going to Arsenal? No. But West Ham are direct rivals with Arsenal, so to me, it's not. We're not direct rivals with anyone right now. We're direct rivals with fucking Sunderland and them man right now. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never looked at West Ham versus Arsenal as a thing. I just don't like Arsenal. Simple as that. But yeah, those are the destinations I can see happening. Other than that, he might even stay. I think there's a big possibility now that he could stay, because I've been saying from last year that he'll probably leave, and this will probably be his last season. But I expected him to end on a high, have a really good season, despite where West Ham are. Then someone pays the release clause. I think because of the season he's had, but we're also driving up the PR. Nobody's paid the money straight away. I generally think if he had like an outstanding season last season, then someone, but he would have been sold by now. He probably would be in a Chelsea shirt by now, if I'm being 100% honest. My whole opinion on this is the fact that when you're looking at someone for one bad season, one good season, I don't think I've gone overboard in either aspect of anything, because I didn't really say that this guy is the truth in his first season or anything, but he's definitely a key player to build around. And to be honest, if he stayed, he probably can be still, but the main player you want to build around in this team is Sharad Bowen. But also with the previous season that's just gone as well, we've discovered of what he's like in different scenarios on the football pitch, where we're trying to see more to his game. We can only see a certain amount to his game now. As a 25-year-old, you can't be this raw. Obviously, everyone's just going to blame West Ham, and I understand it. That does play a part. It does play a part in this. West Ham being bad does play a part in how bad he has been. But also, he hasn't necessarily helped himself on the football pitch. And that's what people that don't watch West Ham United are ignoring quite a lot, in my opinion, as well. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, some people are going to disagree, some people are going to agree, etc. I can't be bothered to get into a discussion about Mohamed Kudus all the time. I don't think it's going to be much of a saga like that, but that seems to be the only news that's coming out right now, to be fair. There's no news for us to be linked with players. Like, I would actually double upload if there was West Ham breaking news and shit, but Yeah. By the way, just to remind people, I'm going on holiday from the 24th to the 30th, so I'm not gonna have any like news videos unless something bad happens. Unless I can find time on holiday to record my opinion, I might just have to do a YouTube short. So just watch out on the channel for that. But you'll still be getting recorded uploads every single day and clips. I'll try and pre-schedule everything, and then I'll be back Monday night. Next Monday night, not the Monday coming up. The next Monday after that, I'll be back, and then I'll probably do a stream or two. We'll have the summer series as well. So make sure to like the video, people. Make sure to subscribe to your new social medias in the description if you want to follow me in the email for the inquiries. See you guys later. Take care.